Hello, today I'm going to talk more about the Madsmith. That is the game I'm working more. Um, this game, it's let's say remake of a game we made in back in college a few years ago. Me and nine other people made a game to our last year from college, and we had to create a multiplayer game, and we chose to create a overcooked-like game, but about blacksmithing. But uh, at the time, I was not so good at programming the multiplayer part, so we made the first part of the year, the first 6 months of the year, working on the game single player. But then I tried to change to multiplayer, and it was a mess. Nothing really worked, so the project was, I mean, successful because we had a lot of assets. The gameplay kind of worked, but the multiplayer itself was not good. So this game, it's me trying to create the game again, but now using good code to create the multiplayer. So, these assets was all made by the artists on the team. One of the artists is still my friend today, and will be working on this game. So, probably we will recreate some of these assets because they were made by the other artists. So we want to not use their jobs or anything, just to make the things simple. And we have this one to use to sharpen your sword, uh, some tables, some modes. I don't know how to say in English, but we have a key here. You can create your blades to your weapons. Uh, then we have some tables, the trash. Okay, so now I have part of the gameplay already implemented. So let me show you. Okay, so I'm using this asset from Unity that helps to create the lobby. So you can create a lobby here and use this list to find other blobs so we can join. And this is supposed to be a kind of playground lobby where you can move around, test some objects while you wait your friends to join. Um, right now all the tables has a text because I was doing the programming without the assets, so all of this was blocks. So I used the logs to help me. But my friend is already adding all the assets. Anyway, here you can change characters. I don't have icons from each character, but you can change. Right now, I'm just changing the the character, but I'm just changing the material. So you can see we have three characters here. We have a few characters already created, but I don't know. I'm not sure if we use them or not. But okay, you can click ready, and then this is the map. Like in the Overcooked, will be a 3D map. You move around and choose where you wanna play. So you can go to level 1. Uh, right now I have a game manager working, so all the stage of the game is managed by the game manager. So we have this countdown timer, a few receipts being asked here. this is the first map, so the only item you will create is the wooden spare, and it's really simple. You just need to get a plank and bring to the carpenter, and you press and hold a button to work. No, you just press a button to work on the table. And now I have a stick, and I can bring the stick to the sharpener and work on it. Right now, if some of the tables you can help your friend to create the item faster. Uh, okay, so I have the spear created, and I can deliver it here, and it's it. It's the whole gameplay of the game right now, but I have a lot of other recipes created, but I'm trying to create the flow. So the first level will be just a tutorial, and then in the second level I will add more stuff. So I created these scriptable objects. Let me show here. I have the items. So every item I you can use or create will be a scriptable object. So I can add here some data like the name, the icon. Right now I don't have much because but will be more things here like maybe if something needs to be unlocked, I don't know. But then I have the recipe, and to create a X plate you need to uh, go in the station X mode, and the item created will be this one, and you need a ingot liquid. If you get the metal and bring it to the forest twice, it will be a liquid, so you can add in the mode. And for example, a helmet. For example, the shield. The shield has two ways of creating the shield, because you can use a plank, a leather, and a plate, a metal plate. But you can also use a normal shield, so you can get a shield and upgrade it to a better shield. So then I have this database. All my items are here, and all my recipes. And I'm using multiplayer, so I have I need a way to pass information between the players. And right now I'm using this ID because passing more complex data is hard, and I don't need to because it's more takes less time to pass just a number than the whole object. So to help me, I created these tools that let me change all the IDs automatically. So this one is the ID one, and if I add more or change something here, I can just run these functions here and will fix to me. I can also verify if there is no uh, two objects using the same number. For example, if I change this to 2 instead of 1 and go here, uh, uh, okay. Oh yeah, I have error found duplicated ID, so it helps in the dev part. Then I created the tables using one simple script that helped me to create various different tables without too much work. For example, let me show you. I have this processor-based network, and this script is going to help me to create a new item. So I can add ingredients and it will create items after a few seconds. And then I created two different processors, one manual and one automatically. So the auto processor will start to create the item in the second you add the item in the table. So you don't need to click or interact with the table to create. For example, here, the player can interact to add items or to remove items, but you don't. The shield process is always true, okay? And the other one, it will has a here it will has a different way to calculate this. So needs to has one player working on the table at least. So if two players are working on the table, the time it will be less, so you can help your friends to create one item faster. With this, I created a few tables. So I have the furnace. The furnace is using the auto processor. So you just need to add an item and the item will start to create. I also created this custom handler so I can see which recipes this table has. So right now, just three versions of the ingot. And for example, I have the sharpener. It's using the manual processor and it has four recipes. So you can create the wooden spear, the sword blade, and for example, the carpenter, you can create a log to a plank and a plank to a sticky. And all the dispensers all use the same base, so I just created a few variants so I can change the visual and the base value to be created when you interact with. And that's it. Thank you for watching.